Jai Shri Ram, I'll tell you a story. It's been quite some time since I told you a story. Well, one day Yamraj sent one of his doot, devdoot. Okay, devdoot, he's not Yamdoot. Actually, Vishnu transferred some of his staff because Yamraj was having a lot of workload. Vishnu sent a couple of them. So they are not Yamdoot actually, they are devdoot. So Yamraj sent this devdoot to pick up the Atma of one lady. This fellow went down. He saw that the lady was very sick and she had three daughters who were very young, and her husband also died. So if he picks up the Atma, then these three children will be orphaned. So he felt great pity, compassion, and he came back to Yamraj without taking the Atma, and he told Yamraj, sir, you should have some compassion. Poor lady, if she dies, what will happen to the children? Then Yamraj thundered, Are, tu, నువ్వు जो जीने मरण का जीवन मरण का डिसीजन लेता है उसे भी बड़ा ज्ञानी हो गया तू. अरे तूने इतना बड़ा पाप किया, तेरे को मनुष्य जन्म लेना पड़ेगा, जा. तो बोलता नहीं 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 साहब, आप जो भी पनिशमेंट लेंगे ले लूँगा, पर कुछ तो विमोचन बताओ. तो उसने यमराज ने बोला कि भाई, इफ़ यू कैन लाफ एट योर स्टूपिडिटी फॉर 3 times, वी विल रिलीज यू, आई विल रिलीज यू. So he went back. He was born as a poor man lying on the road. Then there was another man who was walking by the road. You know that good Samaritan story. So this man was a poor cobbler who was going to the market to buy some warm clothes for his children and wife. So he saw this man lying there. He fed him, took care of him, and he gave him some warm clothes. And all the money meant for his wife and kids was spent on this poor man. And he had no house, so this fellow took him to his own house. So as soon as he stepped into this house, the woman, she started scolding, Are, the money which was meant for me and my children, you have spent on this fellow. And she was shouting. This man laughed. The cobbler asked, why are you laughing? He said, no, I will not tell you now. Anyway, and then after some time, he learnt the trade of the cobbler, and he started making chappals which are so good that finally the cobbler became very famous. And the king sent a little leather of some exquisite animal to be shaped into shoes, and he was given the shoes, and he was told specifically not to make chappals, because in that country chappals were used only for a dead body, only shoes. So this fellow actually made chappal, and the cobbler got very angry, started thrashing that fellow. He said, yaar, I gave you so much house and everything to stay, and finally you are getting us killed. King ka order tu violate kar raha hai. So he laughed again after receiving a thrashing, and the king's servant came. And the king's servant, now another fellow came and he said, Sir, I hope you did not make shoes. Initially the order was make shoes. Now the king's servant said, no, I hope you didn't make shoes. I hope you made chappals. And this man produced the chappals. Here it is. After all, he is devdoot, mind you. So you will understand the story better towards the ending. So that fellow took the chappal. Why? He said, the king has died unfortunately. So now these chappals only he can wear. So we will give. This man was shocked and he was saying sorry, and that fellow laughed. And he didn't explain. He said, wait. 3 times he has to laugh now. So after some time passed, there was an old woman who came with 3 nubile girls. Nubile, N-U-B-I-L-E. Nubile means of marriageable age. These 3 girls were getting married. So she said, these 3 my daughters, please make some nice sandals for them. They have to wear for the marriage, a couple of sandals. That man, out of curiosity, because he is a devdoot, he recognized that lady. He asked, are these your daughters? Because he guessed that these 3 children were the same children whose mother he refused to kill, take the Atma away. That woman said, of course, he did not take the Atma. Yama had to send somebody else to do the work. Nimitta matram, remember, we are all merely instruments of Rama. So do your assigned duty, stop bothering about the losses and profits. Just do your duty quietly. Stick to dharma. So this man asked, are they your daughters? She said no. Then yes, then what is this? How is she? Then she said, you see, my neighbor, there was a lady who died. She was that poor lady, no husband. So these 3 orphans were there. I brought them up. And she is a wealthy lady. So she gave them the best of education, best of clothing, food. And these 3 girls were taken very well care of. This fellow, then he laughed. He laughed and gave them the sandals. They went away. That man asked finally, Are, Third time you have laughed. You told me that after 3 times you will explain. He explained. See, मैं actually दंड भुगत रहा हूँ. I am actually undergoing the punishment Yama gave me. I am a prisoner. This human body is a prison. Human life, samsara, is a jail. And you think it's pleasure and all that. You are living only for artha kama. Dharma, artha kama, moksha, and bhakti is the panchama purushartha. So he explained. He said, I was an arrogant fellow and I thought Yama did not have. Yama is also an instrument. Yama is actually like a bureaucrat, IPS, IAS officer whose job is to ensure that the constitution's mandate is enforced. Okay, but these fellows are not doing that. They are only, most of them anyway. Let's not get into that. So I questioned the lack of compassion of Vishnu, Krishna. But then I realized, had that woman not died, these 3 girls would have lived in utter poverty. And I don't know what would have become of them. But since that lady died, these 3 children were destined to actually be brought up by a rich lady, and that's what happened. So here you see, I laughed at my own stupidity. We don't understand. All the difficulties that Rama will give you are for your own good. You own nothing here. And if you lose something, why are you weeping over it? Of course, you have every right to take revenge. Take revenge. Krite pratikritim kuryat. Himsane pratihimsitam. Tatra dosham na pashyami. Shate shatyam samacharet. Vidura said this. But something similar. Mayavi mayayavadhi. Krishna said that. So that means you should take revenge. But carefully, plan it. Give back to the evil. छोड़ना नहीं किसी को. No Gauri Ghazni should be spared. They should be wiped out. नामो निशान मिटा देना चाहिए. We have not done that. That's why we are suffering even today. చిన్న పామైనా పెద్ద కర్రతో కొట్టమని కృష్ణుడు కూడా చెప్పాడు రా. ఇది సృష్టిరా. ఇది వదిలేసి if instead of Krishna, Gandhi had become Arjuna's charioteer, సంకనాగిపోయి ఉండేది. Instead of Hanuman, if Rama had employed Gandhi, then what would have happened to Sitama? The whole story would have been different. So this man laughed. He told him why he laughed. He didn't have the intelligence to understand that hoya hi sohi jo Ram rachi raka ko kare tark bada vesaka. Sitaram 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 kahiye jehi vidhi rakhe Ram sohi vidhi rahiye. Second one, again he laughed because he knew as a devdoot that what was going to happen, and he made the chappal instead of the shoes. And initially he was tempted to make the shoes. Again he laughed at his own ignorance because already he started learning. And the third time, you see that daughters, you see, I told you already about that. And the first time the woman was complaining. For that the example is, the Devdoot realized by his stepping into their house, he is actually bringing auspiciousness and wealth. That poor woman did not understand that. After all, we humans don't understand. Not just the woman, we men also. So we never understand that difficulty is a kind of blessing. That is why Vashishta told Rama, Apada sampada sarva sarvatra anadaro jayaha. Shut up. So Apada sampada sarva. All the difficulties, danger, risks that you have encountered in your life are the sampada. All great achievers, anyone great achiever would have achieved that greatness only after facing so many difficulties and risks. So this man laughed at that woman's ignorance and also at his own ignorance, and he realized that we think we already know, and we try to find fault with Rama also. So he laughed 3 times and he was finally released from the curse of Yama. Jai Shri Ram. Please pass on this story to everyone, And Sitaram, Sitaram, Sitaram kahiye, jehi vidhi rakhe Ram, so hi vidhi rahiye. Jai Shri Ram.